Today I'm going to show you how to make a Canvas page using Cidi Labs tools. So the first thing that you need to do is open up a blank page in Canvas. So go into a course and click on Pages, and then View All Pages. And now I'm going to just say Add a Page. I'm going to call this a demo. And now I am left here with a blank page. So my Cidi Labs tools open automatically, but if yours do not, you're going to click on Alt-Shift-D at the same time, or just click this little pop-up that shows up in the top right of your screen. Once you click it, Cidi Labs is open, and you can go to Settings and you can turn on, with the green check mark, Automatically Launch Tools, so that way this will always show up automatically as soon as you go in to edit a page. All right, so when you have a blank page, the first thing that you have to do is pick a theme. So we're going to go over here to Create and Edit Content and choose a theme. When you hover over these options, it will give you a preview of what that page would look like. I personally prefer this option. But once you've decided, all you do is click on that page and that theme will appear here. So the next thing, we need to add a content block. They have pre-made option blocks here. So if I click into any one of these, they will just start appearing on my page. And essentially, this would be my entire page. So your page is just composed of a theme that you've chosen and then any content blocks that you want to pick. And you'll notice over here on the right, all of your content blocks showed up here in this menu. And when you hover over something in Cidi Labs, it will show you what it refers to. So if I wanted to delete this reading section, I can just come over here, see that it's highlighting the right thing on my screen, and I'm going to just delete that section. And I could delete all of them if I wanted to. So let's say I want to create a blank block. I don't want to have any of these tools that they've used here. I can just click on this plus button. If I want their title to show up with it, I could type in any word that I want and then click on the plus, and it'll give me that nice header. Let's say that I want to create a pretty little icon to go with this because it's easier on the eye. So here what I can do is click on Advanced Elements, and there's an option for icons. I'm going to place my cursor right in front of this E, and now what I'm going to do is hit Insert Icon at Cursor. I can search icons, so anything that I want. Let's say I'm doing a Socratic seminar, so I want a symbol that shows people talking or people. So if I click it, it's now going to show up there. Maybe I don't like that one. I'm going to click right so my cursor is on top of that button, and I'm going to hit backspace. Now I'm going to put my cursor right in front of that E again, and I can try something else. Let's say I'm going to put a rubric in here. All right, perfect. This is my rubric. And now I can copy and paste any content or type any content here that I need. Now when I hit Save and Publish, you'll see that section. I'm going to go back into edit mode. So notice here, I don't have this fancy title, but I can still add one in. So maybe it's my directions. And I'm just going to click up here and change this from paragraph and change it to heading 3. And I can do the same thing here. I'm going to put my cursor right in front of that D. And I am now going to hit Add Advanced Elements and click on Icons. And now I can insert another icon. And now I can hit Enter right after the word directions and type in and hit Save. So your Canvas page is simply made out of adding content blocks, as many as you need. Let's get into some of the fancier tools. So let's say in my rubric, I need to add tabs. I'm going to go to Add Advanced Elements and add accordions and tabs. And I can say, let's do this right where my cursor is. I want it to be right here inside this box. And when I hit at cursor, I now have an option to choose accordion, expander, or tabs. Maybe I like the tabs option, so I'm going to click on that. Maybe I have 3 things I'm assessing in my rubric. So perhaps I'm assessing a reading skill. And I need to add a second tab. Maybe I'm also assessing a writing skill. Ooh, I got a spell. And maybe I am assessing a speaking skill. Now when I hit save, you'll notice that I have 3 tabs. So the way that I would change that if I didn't like how it looked is I'm going to click into that section and go back to add advanced elements. And then I'm going to go to accordions and tabs. So I chose tabs at first. I'm going to switch that to the accordion style. And now I'm going to hit save. And so now you can see the format is a little bit different. So let's say for this top part, it's an activity. And I need to paste in some directions for their activity. I'm going to go to Add Advanced Elements, HTML Snippets, Institutional Snippets here. I'm going to select one to insert, and there's a tab for directions. So all I have to do here is type in my directions for the students. There are lots of different snippets that are available. So the way that I got to this again was clicking on Add Advanced Elements, HTML Snippets, and then clicking on Select a Snippet to insert. So maybe if I need them to download something, there's an icon. If I'm mentioning like to watch a movie, there's an icon for that too. So this is just a way to add some consistency to very similar commands or tasks that you would be giving students. Now let's say I'd like to embed some content in my page. So pretend that I have this Padlet here. What I can do is click on Share, and instead of giving students a link to the Padlet, I'm going to click on Embed and just click Copy. So I now have this code copied to my clipboard, and I can come back to Canvas in Edit mode. I'm going to click on Add Advanced Elements, and right here, Embed Content. I'm going to paste this code, and now I want to decide where this goes. So pretend my directions here were add a sticky note to the Padlet. My cursor is right there. I'm going to click Insert at Cursor. And now the Padlet that I had has just shown up right here on my Canvas page. So when I click Save and I direct students to this page, the students don't need to do anything except come to Canvas, and they can do the Padlet right here embedded on your page. Let's say that I don't like the way this page looks right now and I want to change this color. So what I can do is go to Customize the Style and choose Colors for Banner Theme. And so here, if I click on this A, I can now open up a color palette when I scroll down and choose different colors. So for their subheadings, I might want to change this color. The way that I can do that is click into this section, and I'm going to hit this target icon right here. When I click on that, I have the option to change the color. So I could use that same purple, or I can click on Add Advanced Color Palette and choose from a variety of options. Something else I might want to have students do here on my Canvas page is maybe click a button to get to another one of my Canvas pages. So what I'm going to do is just write down what the name of the page is. So I'm going to make this into a button. The first thing I need to do is highlight it and come here to the link button and click Course Links because I'm linking to another Canvas page. I'm going to click down on my pages and find the one that I want. All right, here we go, Literary Devices. So I'm going to click on that, and now I'm going to stay highlighted, and I'm going to click on this target icon over here. So after I have created that link, I will have the option for this button icon and all of these button styles. So you can choose a particular style that you like, and you can actually customize it further by scrolling down and making it large, the default size, small, mini. You can make it go across the entire page as a whole or smaller. So typically I like to stick with the default, but you can change this to whatever you like. And if you want to get super fancy, make sure I'm selecting the right one. Yes, this A here, as long as you're clicked on that, you can then change the color of the button here and customize it further. So maybe I like this purple color. And so if I like that, you might notice that the border color was still that other blue. What I can do now is click on this, and I can set this color here to the same thing. And so now I have a new color button that kind of matches my page a little bit better. And then I click Save. And then students are able to click that button, and it will take them to whatever page you want. So the last thing that I'm going to show you here is how to add an image right in this top section header, which can really add some extra style to your page. So we're going to click Edit, and you should already have found an image that you are interested in attaching here and have saved it to your computer. So now that Cidi Labs is open, I'm going to click here and hit Enter. And I'm going to click Images, Upload Image, and I'm going to submit. All right, so I don't want my image to be this humongous part of my page. I'm going to shrink this down. And now what I'm going to do is center it like that. And now I'm going to click on this target button in my Cidi Labs tool. And I like to use this little oval feature because it puts a nice little border around my picture. And I'm going to come down and hit Save. And I think that adds a little bit of extra pizzazz. So I could customize this by writing the hero's journey, unit 1, that sort of thing. All right, I hope this really helped you to play around with some new Cidi Lab tools and customize pages.